we started experimenting and exploring the possibilities how to look at a family, a multi-generation family living in a house, and also understanding what are the surroundings. And what we observed, that people around this entire lane have made balconies and balconies and balconies facing the road, and nobody sits on them. So we thought, why should we not put all the balconies inside, and why not make the house introverted? And that led to the perfect shurwaat for designing this house. I think the visual experience also is the first which hits you in this house, because it's very, very unusual to look at, because when you cross the lane you see this two white monolith and a dent in the middle which is black then. So there are the contrasting colors, and it's, I think, quite inviting to and quite intriguing to understand what is happening behind these walls. There's a large door, you enter through it, and you enter directly on a glass floor. And the glass floor, you look down and you look down into the basement. It just goes two floors down to the basement, and you see a water body there. And what that glass floor also does, it gives you light, enough light in the basement. And then when you enter the central space, you see the house in the entirety. On one side is your sort of formal living room, and on the side is the dining room. The entire floor, that entire floor is completely non-residential. There are no bedrooms on that floor. There's kitchen, there's family area, and there is living room and this dining room. And then as you move up, various bedrooms are arranged at the back, the master bedrooms. Guest rooms are arranged, or the kids' rooms are arranged up front. And the toilets are also arranged up front, so that you get some sort of a noise buffer. So every floor has a living room, pantry, at least two bedrooms, one master bedroom, one either a guest room or a kids' room. So that's how it's arranged. And the top floor right now is purely a guest room. And then on the topmost floor is a terrace garden. Also, what you see when you enter is that there are two ways to go up. Either you can take a lift or a staircase, and they're both separate elements. They're not basically hugged or close together. They are two separate means of access, vertical access to the house. The staircase is very, very sculptured, and this breaks the monotony of the entire angles and stuff. And the lift basically becomes a glass cubicle through which you can actually vertically experience the entire movement. And the bridges, which are also very, very important. The bridges also act like public spaces, because there you can wait, sit, you can talk to people on the ground floor, you can call out. The entire atrium or the central space is not air conditioned, but it is round draft cooling, so it's evaporatively cooled. So during the summers, well, the entire rest of the house is air conditioned. This also is substantially cooler, and it doesn't heat up the spaces. Primary color which we thought we'll do would be white. Also because that will reflect the most amount of light. It makes the space look larger. A white color is much more pleasing to your eyes. Also, these are all white marble, so they are absolutely free of any sort of maintenance. From that white, how do we contrast and put palettes? So the floor is wood. And even the staircase which you see is white from outside, but inside it's wood. So you get a hint of a wood color. And so wooden color, black and white are the three sort of main palettes which are used architecturally. And we're trying to experiment how to use the negative space positively. I think that is important to us when you design such tight residences with so much of built up. For every detail, we had to sort of go back to the drawing board, figure out how it should be done, and then come back and do it. And I think to some extent we were experimenting, and that's why I say that the client was happy that we could experiment, and he was willing to be part of that experiment. And I think that is the reason why this feels so wonderful to us, and that's the reason why I would say this is a wonder which we've built together with us as architects and the client. I think it is an equal effort from both the sides which could make this wonderful house happen.